really quickly for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us for today's session with BridgeFt as well as Flyer Financial Technologies. Today's session is focusing on how BridgeFt and Flyer have partnered to transform the future of trading for IRAs with our Launchpad partnership. Let me just pull that screen deck back up there for you guys. And we will go ahead and start diving into the content. So today's agenda, we're going to start off with intros for our panelists. After that, we will go into a little bit more details of the value of the BridgeFt Flyer partnership. After that, we'll do kind of a state of the market in terms of advisors and some of the challenges IRAs are facing currently. After that, we'll go into some specific details about Flyer's Launchpad product that we're going to focus on covering for you guys today. After that, we'll briefly cover some information on Atlas, the Atlas for Advisors platform that BridgeFt offers if anyone is not familiar with our product on today's call. And then lastly, we will dive into an actual demo of the Launchpad product that you will all get to see today. So thank you again so much for joining. Super excited to introduce our panelists for today's session. Michael is joining us from Flyer Financial Technologies. Michael, would you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Zarinskas. I'm our Director of Product Management here at Flyer. Industry veteran for a lot of years now. Previously worked at InvestNet Asset Management as well as E-Trade for quite a while. Prior to that, worked in the pits back in Chicago a long time ago. So very familiar with both the RIA side of the business as well as asset management as well. So we're happy to bring to you a lot of that background and a lot of really interesting scalable tools. So I'm very interested to hear what you guys think about the product and how this is going to help you scale your business.
Thanks so much, Michael. Really appreciate that. Super excited to have you on the call today. Next, I'm excited to introduce my colleague, Rich, who is representing the product and client success teams at BridgeFt. Rich, would you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Rich Damani. I'm the Vice President of Product Management and Client Success here at BridgeFt. I'm really excited about today's webinar and our partnership with Flyer Financial Technologies. Uniquely, Flyer is both a partner and a client of BridgeFt. So as a client, our WealthTech API powers critical trading infrastructure across Copilot and now Launchpad with accurate trade-ready data from all the major custodians. As a partner, we're thrilled to be working closely with their team to streamline order management workflows for RIAs, and we can't wait for them to show you how to use Flyer's Launchpad alongside our Atlas for Advisors solution.
Thanks so much, Rich. Super excited to kind of dive into some of the content today. So if you would kind of kick us off by telling the audience a little bit about Bridge and our sort of network we have of integrations and partnerships.
For those of you on the call who may not be familiar with BridgeFt, we're a wealth tech company that powers many of the industry leading advisors, institutions, TAMPs, and fintechs to deliver better data-driven financial outcomes for their clients. Many of these firms trust our technology to automate critical back office operations and power their digital management ecosystems, all through our multi-custodial software and data aggregation platform that seamlessly aligns wealth data, proactive client insights, client reporting, and portfolio management operations or automations to deliver personalized client experiences. Our technology platform is a modern, cloud-native, and completely API-first, delivering mission-critical wealth infrastructure for wealth advisors and enterprises. BridgeFt has always effectively leveraged accurate, valuable data as part of its Atlas for Advisors product, differentiating the services we provide with better data. Now with WealthTech API, Bridge is drastically extending the use case it powers, going beyond client reporting and fee billing, and now including trading, compliance, analytics, turnkey asset management platforms, and client experiences, with more being added all the time. WealthTech API provides multi-custodial, aggregated, normalized, and enriched investment data to all use cases that require that data to be an essential ingredient to their expanding technology solutions. At Bridge, we're confident that the future of data aggregation is API-based, which is why we created the only completely API-first multi-custodial data aggregation and wealth infrastructure platform by developers for developers. This future forward way of building data integrations is ideal because it's automated, scalable, secure, and speedy.
Thanks so much, Rich. I think that's a great background on Bridge and our approach to technology and the products that we offer, as well as the products we help our partners build. In this next portion, would you mind diving into a little bit more details around the value of this partnership that we're highlighting on today's session?
Sure. Yeah, we very much view ourselves as a technology enabler. And as is the case with our partnership with Flyer, Flyer utilizes BridgeFt's WealthTech API to integrate custodial data with their Copilot training application for enterprise firms and TAMPs. We're simply extending that offer to the Launchpad trading application that's integrated and co-sold with BridgeFt's Atlas for Advisors, client reporting, and billing application. So by working together, our joint RIA clients will benefit from access to best-in-class tools for trading and rebalancing and portfolio management, seamless integrations across order management workflows, meaning accurate, on-time, trade-ready data every time, quick and easy onboarding, and ongoing top-tier client support.
Thanks, Rich. Really appreciate you going through those details. I think in this next portion, we really want to go into kind of why this partnership makes a lot of sense right now, considering some of the trends that we're seeing in the market. What are some thoughts you have on that front?
Yeah, so as an independent RIA, having the right digital tools and platforms can offer a simpler, faster, and more secure way to support your clients and manage your business. Picking the right tools for your tech stack can mean the difference between long-term profitable relationships with your clients or just barely treading water. So particularly in these volatile market conditions, there's two areas of your tech stack that are essential. First is your trading and rebalancing tool, and then second is your portfolio accounting and reporting system. Together with these two pieces, these cover a bulk of your day-to-day workload and back office functions. So to make matters even more complex is the need for these tools to span seamlessly across all of the custodians and back office relationships you have to support your business. So as firms pursue new growth avenues, dynamic and adaptable investment management technology platforms can help to simplify increasingly complex investment portfolios while maintaining their ability to implement their unique investment management approach and manage it efficiently. In a recent TD Ameritrade institutional study, 43% of independent RIAs said their assets under management have increased by 8% on average, and 40% have seen revenue increase at a similar rate, while 89% of the elite firms surveyed in the Investment News research study said that firms' technology was not fully prepared to cope with client demands. 26% also said their firm needed new or additional technology. So with the right wealth technology platform, RIAs can effectively scale and support growth and gain greater flexibility to meet on-demand requests of sophisticated clients across multiple segments, accounts, and households. The bottom line, the need for dynamic, adaptable technology that simplifies workflows and enhances engagement has become paramount to long-term success. An integrated modern solution that spans portfolio management, client reporting, trading, rebalancing, advisor fee billing, practice insights, and client portal solutions will enable you to operate with greater efficiency and profitability while delivering a high level of service to your clients. And that's just what we're here to share with you. With that, let me turn it over to Michael, who could talk a little bit more about the state of the market and the need for a solution like Flyer's Launchpad.
Yeah, thank you, Rich. So when we started talking about different solutions within the marketplace and what really was lacking, what came to the forefront here was simplicity, scalability, and the ability for IAs to be onboarded very quickly so that they could take advantage of really simple solutions and run with those very quickly. So what does Launchpad really leverage? Launchpad leverages FlyerFT's background in fixed trading, so connectivity to all major custodians, all major executing brokers, but does that in a fashion that is both simple, scalable, and easy to understand. So we do a daily sync with BridgeFt's Atlas platform in the morning for all of your accounts, positions, as well as model constituents. And this allows you to just walk in each day, do a quick gut check of all your positions, and then start focusing on things that matter. So if you're the type of firm that needs to do, cash and position drift monitoring on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, the tool is built to help you do that in a very efficient manner. If you tend to rebalance all of your accounts to their model, periodically, quarterly, even monthly, yes, we could do that as well. And not only can we do that on a model by model basis, but we've built tools for you to help you put schemas together, put packages together to where you can rebalance all of your accounts in a single click across all of your models so that you can spend less time building the trades that you want to do and more time reviewing the output of those operations and essentially more time delivering those trades to the custodian so that you can get back to doing what you do best. And that's interacting with clients, making sure that, their portfolios are meeting what their objectives are, their life goals are. So scalable account rebalancing, cash and position drift monitoring. And if you take a little bit of a different approach to the client relationship, such as single security trading, more of a book of business view, we also offer some tools that, frankly, you won't see in other rebalancers in general, or certainly other rebalancers at the price point that we're talking about here. So things like percentage-based trading and security swaps. These are things that we offer as table stakes now. So we're very interested, with this relationship with Bridge of taking very interesting and again scalable operations and making those table stakes, to where you have to pay a premium for those with other companies, quite frankly. So percentage-based trading and security swaps are an example of that. Mainly, once you get done with several of your trading workflows, we wanted to also make sure that you had the ability to review the output of all of those functions, in a consolidated view, to make sure that not only were you able to complete all of your steps in a really quick, easy to understand way, but also you'll see in the demo a little bit later, you'll also be able to see that you were actually the outcome of those operations was what you've expected it to be, and that you didn't, perhaps trade an account into a negative or not raise enough cash where you expected to, things like that. So we automatically set up a few triggers to flag some accounts if there's things that we think you might want to take a look at prior to downloading your trade files. So we're going to help you out in some of the review steps as well. And kind of the last thing that we'll talk about here is how do we deliver trade orders to the custodians. So with Launchpad, we're making it as simple as possible for you to multi-custodial, doesn't matter whether you're at one or multi-custody, many custodians, download trade files from the platform. We're going to automatically pre-format those for you. And then you can deliver those to the custodial website, frankly, in a single click. Now, there is optional fix as well as OMS support for those firms that require a little bit more advanced features, even on top of what we're already providing in this offering. But that's something we could talk about as well towards the end of the demo. So I'll kind of turn it back over to Rich. He's going to talk about a little bit of where BridgeFT and Atlas come back into play and how we interact between our platforms.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, so, oh, there it goes. So the Atlas for Advisors platform offers customizable reporting with one-click configuration. So it's total control and flexibility within your report settings. We offer streamlined fee billing, supporting all fee models and billing schedules. We also offer client insights dashboards, so you can gain valuable insights into which client accounts require action, and configure custom insights reports, which can be emailed directly to the clients without really having any action on the advisor side. And then we offer, as well as the WealthTech API data aggregation, so which is also held away data using Plaid, as well as you can update manual accounts as well, which is all tracked using performance reporting. Michael?
So at this point, Michael, I'm going to turn it over to you. Just bear with me one sec. I want to set you up as so you can set up a screen share and then go ahead and go through the demo with everyone.
All right, so we'll give you a quick overview of Copilot and specifically Launchpad here. So what you'll see immediately is we have a workstation set up for Copilot. And what this allows you to do is just really have the 5, 6 main modules that you use on a daily basis front and center for you. So there's a few things that are on your workstation. So as you'll see, as you expand our menu off to the side here, there's many other options that we're not going to touch upon today, but that is included in your offering. So I'm really going to step you through 2, 3 main user workflows that we touched upon kind of in my initial remarks, but they're very common to the IA's daily workflows and how you would accomplish them on this platform. So number one, how do I change common parameters on an account? So like if I need to change a model on the fly, or for instance, client calls me up and I need to raise $25,000 on an account, how am I going to do that? So what we like to do is refer to our account management window as a way to get accounts prepped so that you or your trader can then go to the portfolio management different modules that we have and then execute on it and not have to worry about, are things in a ready state for me to go trade those. So account management starts to give you some common parameters to where you could double click on these things, add a $25,000 cash reserve to accounts, and thereby when you proceed into the portfolio management modules, it's going to take that cash reserve into account automatically, remove it from your essentially your market value, and then it'll trade to your model percentages from there. For each and every one of these accounts, there is some additional settings that you can configure as well. So for that cash reserve, for example, if you wanted that to expire at a date in the future, you could actually put a date in for that. If you wanted to model against a specific long and short-term tax rate, for instance, if you wanted to change the depletion method for tax lots, these are things that are available with an account management window. So again, account management is getting things prepped, ready to trade, such that you could do it in a very scalable fashion. So completing that workflow of, hey, how do I raise 25 grand on this account? you're going to this window, you're putting however much you want to raise in there, and then you're going to be going to one of several modules that we have available for you. Portfolio Workbench is essentially the place within Launchpad where you are doing a single account trade. So we could see on this account that I have a negative cash icon because I had roughly 24,000 in cash here. I had less than 25,000 in cash here because of my cash reserve, roughly only $800. So based off of my modeling market value, I would need to raise something. So in a single click, I can model against my portfolio, generate the positions that I need to trade. And then if I have any cash left over, I can also purchase positions where I may have made a model change as well. So taking into account additional workflows. So once I create those proposed trades, these proposals land on what we call pre-trade review. And this was the module I was hinting at, that all of your orders throughout your trading day are going to accumulate here, so you can review the output of them to make sure everything is in good order across all of your accounts prior to downloading your trade files. And you could download them as many times a day as you want, but these accounts and orders for each of the accounts accumulate here before you do that. So if you didn't want to do a single account trade, we have the ability to do a scalable account trade across every one of your accounts. We could break these schemas down by models, or we could just say, you know what, I'm doing my quarterly rebalance here. I'm going to structure this to pick up every single one of the accounts I have. Single click, we're going to rebalance them all and create proposed trades for those. And we can see that that same screen comes around where it's rebalancing all of those portfolios. And you can see the trade operations those came from. Essentially, what was my pre-trade and post-trade cash relative to those? And if I needed to take a look at the individual proposed orders that were generated as a part of those trade operations, I could further do that. And if I wanted to edit those, I could further do that. So there's kind of layers within Launchpad that allows you to either be as quick, efficient, scalable as possible, or where you need to layer in some additional workflows, additional care, you can also do that. And essentially, once you get to a point of being very comfortable with, I've fulfilled all of my workflows and I've fulfilled, all of my review, that's where you can come to your download button, which essentially just we call this staging. So it downloads those numbers of orders and will download those in the correct format for the custodians that these orders are going to. So thereby, these were in Schwab. I'm going to download these into two different files. If I had mutual funds, the mutual fund format, equities, the equity format, where you take those to the custodian and upload those. The final thing I'll show you there, because we referenced it earlier, and it's a very powerful tool that we are continually investing in because we feel it's one of the biggest value adds that we have is our position and cash drift monitoring tool. So Flight Deck is a way for you to not just do position and drift analysis, to see where market movement has altered my accounts and determined where a rebalance might need to occur. But this is also a great way to determine, hey, a cash withdrawal was made. I wasn't pre-notified by the client because we know that never happens. And I need to actually raise some cash to replenish my portfolio up to the model. And you'll see this column off to the left here where we can layer on some additional workflows. where if you are making model updates and you want to then review the output of those model updates prior to making those trades and review the drift of those accounts that are affected, you could do those here as well. But a lot of very powerful filtering in here where you could do some analytics on top of just very simple cash and position drift monitoring. So I am going to pause there. We are going to kind of leave this screen open in the background. I'll stop my share for a moment, and when we get to the question and answer section, if we want to revisit any specific questions you have and showcase how those would be solved for, I'm happy to do that.
Thanks so much, Michael. Really appreciate that. So everyone on the call, that is all of the content that we do have for you today. I'm looking at the questions panel. It doesn't look like anyone submitted any questions as we were going through the Launchpad product. If anyone wants to go ahead and submit a question about the Launchpad product, please do so now. We're definitely going to hang on the line for another minute here. I'm just going to pull up once more the slide deck just to give everyone some information. If you are interested in learning more about Bridge specifically, you can visit our website, bridgeft.com, or contact sales at bridgeft.com. If you're interested in learning more about Flyer and their products, please visit flyerft.com, and there'll be great information for you there. We did have one question come in here, Michael. This is regarding Launchpad. This person is curious about how the pricing structure works. Could you provide like some general guidelines on that?
Yeah, so I mean, in general, we base it upon number of accounts as well as assets under management. So there is a tiered structure that's in place, and the primary goal of this product is to be affordable for your specific business. So, for those users that are in the, let's say $50 million to $150, $200 million range, we want to be competitive for you. And, let's be frank, we know what Blaze and Advisor Peak and some of the other, very common competitors to this are charging rather. So we're very competitive in that regard, especially considering a lot of the features that we're offering that they're not. So we're happy to talk to you about that, in more detail. We want to make sure that, before we just throw out pricing numbers, we're actually talking about all the features that you need. But just know that we've obviously done market analysis and we're very, very competitive.
Thanks so much, Michael. Really appreciate that. And as Michael mentioned, if anyone is interested in getting a personal demo of the product and the integration, absolutely, please, go ahead and reach out. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be emailing everyone a copy of today's session. So if you want to reply to that email, if you have any further questions or would like to set up time for a custom demo and to go through pricing information in more detail, please let me know. We don't have any more questions today, so I wanted to make sure that I said thank you so much both to Michael and Rich for presenting for us today. Thank you guys. The content that was covered was super informational and helpful. I also wanted to thank everyone who joined us today, and we definitely look forward to hosting you for future sessions. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.